Is anybody else hearing what I'm hearing? You were the first, you was his first victim within you and your kids, because I'm pretty sure this wasn't his first rodeo. She said 4 times within the first few months of marrying him. So 4 times he worded you. And you stayed. He let you know who he was in the beginning. And she stayed for the lifestyle. She misleading people. Whoever followed her shit, and you probably didn't pass up a good ass fucking man that probably worked at the goddamn power company because of what the hell she done told you. She was living in hell. And now, if a man assaults me today, do you think he gonna be in my house up around my daughters? You think I'm gonna allow that? Why would I do that? That means that goes back to that saying where money is the root to all evil. And that's why it's like money isn't evil. It's the way people praise the money that makes it, some people, where it can turn into evilness. She chose the lifestyle, which is the money. She knew who he was already. She didn't know who he was the day she moved in. But within those first few months that she say that stuff happened to her, she found out who he was. She could have protected her babies and got the hell up out of there. She could have got up out. So that's what I'm saying. You knew what had happened to you, but you still feeding women all this bullshit. Whoa. Okay. Y'all, this shit wild. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep this story, not story, but I'm like feeling some type of way. So I don't know if y'all been watching, if y'all watch this YouTuber. Her name is, I believe it's Isis. It's ISIS. So I believe that's Isis. Y'all, I'm so bothered in the worst way with this. Like, this the first time I ever felt like, but I never would do it. This the first time where I wanted to leave a comment on somebody's shit, but never ever will I do that. Not no bullshit comment. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, girl. So anyways, let me give y'all a rundown on this story, and then please go watch this shit for yourself. Like, go watch the last video she posted, and the title of it is I Married a Monster. Then go watch, after you watch that video, it's so crazy how the YouTube, the algorithm work, because once you watch that video, YouTube will put her video she made, let me see what year she made this video. Let me go fast because I don't want to drag this out. Wait. Oh God, I didn't binge watched as much as I could, and then I even let me see, she should pop right up because her shit, she had 1 million views. Oh, so her channel is called Isis Trophy Wife. You know, this whole shindig shit, she really benefiting from it, because once you watch that video, all her shit start popping up. But so this last one, she had 1.6 million views, and oh, people already making videos on it. Oh God, I gotta watch this shit now. Cause I'm like, I know I can't be the, ooh, I know I can't be the only one feeling, and I gotta see if other people got views like I do. But anyways, oh my God, I'm gonna be up all night with this bullshit. Trophy husband. Oh fuck. Okay, so basically, this video that she just made is called I Married a Monster. But her whole channel is based off of dating, basically, you know, a rich man and being married to a rich man, how to get a rich man. And they call them like high value men. And so that's what her channel has been based off of, like how she got her man, her husband, how he married her in less than a week, how she moved in with him in no time, how she got a ring, all this type of stuff, how she don't have to work, don't have to do nothing, but she just so spoiled and blah blah blah. And so God, it's just so, I don't even know how I want to start this, but basically my thing is women, not all women, some women that's so busy, like kind of that's chasing the relationship, chasing a marriage, chasing the money and that rich life. You know, you're gonna have to take your time, and you're gonna have to work hard. And if you want those things so bad, get them for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And once you on that path, the rest will follow. You know what I'm saying? God gonna put somebody in your life that's really meant to be in your life, who's not gonna bring this, like, not bring harm to you or your children or whatever like that. And you got to use your discernment to you got to use your discernment with these men that come, you know, in your path. You can't just go off and marry no man just because he's a rich millionaire, billionaire man and move. So let me tell y'all what she did. She met this man online, on a dating site, right? So I guess they start talking or whatever, all that type of stuff, and then they call themselves, and this is all in a short period of time. And make a long story short, something happened to where they were talking and she saw that he had like revamped his profile picture on the dating site. But then, oh my God, she started talking to him. She saw that, that's what I'm saying, she got a lot of shit that don't even make sense in her story if you really pay attention. She say she met him, they start talking or whatever like that. Then in the midst of that, I guess maybe they took a break. They had to take a break because it don't make sense. They had to take a break. She started dating another man. She moved in with him or whatever like that. She noticed that he wasn't, he didn't really care for her children like that. He was just dealing with them because he was dealing with her. And so she said she finally, to make a long story short, she finally just left that situation, moved out with that man. So then now she's looking for like a place. So she said when that happened, when she moved out from the previous man, the other guy, the man she ended up marrying, called that day. And she said it was like, what a coincidence that he calls while I just got out of a relationship, whatever. So she told him that she just got out of that relationship and blah, 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 da, da, da. And then she, you know, she is looking for a place to stay, not permanent, just for like maybe a couple months to a year or whatever. I'm thinking that she's telling him that maybe for him to fund it, like get her a place, you know, or whatever like that, or put her up somewhere for a couple months to a year. That's what I'm thinking she at. She was talking about moving in with him. So he told her, he was like, well, I'm not, a woman can't move in with me unless I'm married to her. So basically we would have to get married. So she like, okay. So I guess she agreed with it. She all with it or whatever. And, She agreed with it. She all with it. And then he was taking too long she wasn't sure if he was like all in. He was taking too long, so she went and bought him a ring. She said she had got her paycheck and then she bought him a ring. It was like $300 because he was like out of town or whatever like that. And just to show him that she was, that's why she contradict herself so much in all these fucking videos. It's like, girl, you online telling women what to do, how to move, and how to, she bought his ring first before he even bought you one or whatever. So anyways, they end up, I'm skipping through because I'm trying not to drag this shit. So then she tells him she bought him a ring or whatever like that. And then something happened. She didn't think he was serious. And she was like, well, maybe I'm just, maybe I'm tripping. Maybe you just all talk and you wasn't serious about marrying me or whatever. Make a long story short, he went and got her a ring or whatever like that. She ended up moving her, and she has 5 kids now. But when she met him, she only had 2. She ended up moving in with him and her 2 kids, and they got married, as she says it, like a week later. So she dating this rich man, and now she's a kept woman, spoiled, don't want for nothing. The diamonds, the jewelry, the clothes. She was even talking about how he, changed the whole wardrobe and, just all type of like shit. This is so disturbing. So then, fast forward, she ended up having 2 kids by this man. And now, mind you, this is 5 years later. So today makes, from today on back, she was with him for 5 years. The video she put out yesterday or whatever, and this is the one titled "I Married a Monster." She's basically saying that he was, they say essayed. Yeah, he was essaying her kids, her last 2 kids that she had by him. And they girls. And her previous 2 kids before him was 2 boys. So she say that, I hate to kind of describe it, but I'm not describing it, but she just, and how she found out, how she say she found out is because she was changing the 4-year-old and she noticed some stuff or whatever. And then she asked her, whatever. And then the little girl said, daddy or whatever, all that type of stuff. So make a long story short, took the little girl to the hospital and got her checked, and yes, and come to find out, it got the other girl checked and it was yes with her too. So then she say she left. She came up with a master plan. I think this all happened the same day. Because she said that the day that, she saw that stuff with the little girl, she kind of lied to him to get out the house. Y'all gotta go watch it. She kind of lied to him and said that she was gonna go Halloween shopping with her sister, a reason to take all the kids with her to not let it look suspicious. So she did that, and then that's when they went to the hospital and all that type of stuff or whatever like that. And then, so this is her telling the story, now. But in this video, she says a couple, within the first few months of marrying him, he R'd her a few times. Right? He did that to you in the first few months of marrying him. You was with him 5 years later. You was with him for 5 years. You made all these videos, and by me binge watching all her old videos, she talked so much shit. You see what I'm saying? She downed other men that wasn't high value men, and they were considered dusties. A woman with long nails or colored hair or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know. So she did a video basically called Barbie and Brats. And if you're a Barbie, you're going to get this type of man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to live a luxury lifestyle. And you know what I'm saying? You're not going to have to do nothing. Like, you're going to be a kept woman. But if you are a brat, you're going to end up with a dusty. Or if you're a influencer girl, like, you're really just going to end up being a builder wife. Like, you're not really getting a high value man, because the man that you're with, you're most likely paying for everything because you're making money from like online, like basically like being an influencer, like, you know, you like selling hair or Fashion Nova or, you know, whatever. She downed that whole scenario. If that's the way you doing it, she just downed the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't look like what she looked like today, then she was basically downing you and saying that's why you got that and then I got this type of man. You know what I'm saying? And she was just saying how, you know, she changed her whole wardrobe with him because in order to be with him and go inside the rooms that he was going inside of, she had to, you know, look like that, you know, something of substance or whatever like that. And she's even said that, like, when she go to the grocery store, like, she had wore like a workout outfit, and then she was like, a Dusty had the nerve to think that he could talk to me. And she was like, from that day forward, I never went outside again in athletic like leisure, because I don't want a Dusty thinking that he can talk to me. Like, now, like, when I go out, like, they know not to say nothing to me. They know that they can't basically afford a woman like her, or, you know, whatever. Y'all, that shit, my stomach is like turning right now, because it's like so much I will want to say. Like, and I'm trying to not to be cussing, because I do be cussing. If y'all be watching my, I'll be cussing. But it's like, y'all know what word I want to use, but I want to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? So, because a man he's not a millionaire or whatever, or that man might be work for the garbage company, or he might work at a Home Depot and been there 20 years, or he might be a police officer, or he could be any of those. But just because or he could be I'm gonna say a club promoter or club owner, or, you know, shit like that. Like, because he ain't no top head, like CEO of a big company and this $1 million man or whatever. He's a Dusty. That shit rubbed me the wrong fucking way. And then because a woman might have nails like I do, colored hair like I do, lashes like I do, all that, she's only gonna attract a Dusty man, and she will never be a wife or a kept wife, or where she don't have to do nothing, raise a finger. Everything is just, he hands everything to her. Well, I guess not then. But I tell you one fucking thing. And that was her video, Barbie versus Brats, right? So you the Barbie, but I'm the brat. And I have 2 children, 2 daughters, by the same father. And I ain't trying to, and this is just my feelings with all the shit that she was saying. They got the same father, and we started at a young age, teenage age, or whatever like that. And it went on for many, many, many years. My kids ain't never stayed with another man. I never moved my kids in with a man. We ain't never stayed with no man. A man ain't never stayed in our house, but they dad. You know what I'm saying? And I met my kid's dad in high school. And my oldest is out of high school. So you can do the math. But you, Barbie, she had 2 kids prior to meeting this $1 million man. You had, I don't know if they had the same dad, but you was pregnant at 17. You know, to each his own still. Not judging her on that, on none of that. They not by those kids' daddy or daddies or whatever, they not millionaires or whatever like that. You did all that. You start looking for rich men online. You was just living with a man prior. You had your kids living with a man prior that you knew did not care about your kids, and then you finally left. Because I don't care, as women and as mothers, we have intuition in here. We know when something is not right. Your heart, your stomach, it do not rest. He's not gonna let it rest when the wrong person is around. Being a mother, that's the gift. That's a gift that we have. She knew shit sooner than what she's saying. And I didn't went through comments and stuff, especially on the video of I Married a Monster. I didn't went through the comments and people like commending her. And yes, I'm glad she did left. And yes, I'm glad that she believed the little girl when the little girl said what she said. But you had no choice but to believe her. Like, you saw it with your own eyes with, you know, what was going on down there. But what I know is that wasn't her. She was not surprised by that whole, whatever happened that day, that did not happen by surprise. Like, she had never had a thought or never had like an ear turn up or like an eyebrow like raised up. Like, I do not believe that. I do not believe that, because where she fucked up at is in this same video of I Married a Monster. She fucked around and said he art her in the first few months of them being married. They got married within a week. She got a video talking about how she got married, met a man and got married within a week. So if he did that to you in the first few months of marrying him, why did you stay with him and then you have little kids? So if he did that to you, what the did you think he was gonna be around there doing to everybody? If that's what because that's who he is. He showed you who he was and you stayed with him and you knew you had little kids. So that's why I don't believe that all of a sudden you just found this out about this man on what he did to the children and you was just clueless and had no or whatever. Because let me tell you how. You chose the life. I personally think she chose the lifestyle. She wanted to keep the lifestyle. She had built this whole YouTube channel on about being a trophy wife. She saw signs of all that bullshit before. She even said she comes from that. She was essayed as a child. And she told this man, he knew about all. That's why you'll never tell the man all your goddamn business. You'll never tell him what the next man did. You don't never really tell them too much of what you've been through, because they'll turn around and use that against you. He played Mr. Right because of her song she was singing. And then once he got her, he took that mask off and he showed her who he was. But he showed her early. He didn't show her later on down the line, 5 years later. He showed her early and she told on herself. And so like just going through the comments, I'm like, why people not point out the fact that she said he did that to her in the first few months of the marriage. And then she built a YouTube channel praising this man. She built a whole YouTube channel praising this man on being his trophy wife and how she don't have to lift a finger. And she downplayed other women, if basically like not being married and why. And it could be because, you know, like a whole different, we all cannot be the same and we all cannot look the same. What a horrible world it would be. But just because if a gothic woman is standing next to me, who am I to say she don't deserve love? She won't find nobody who will marry her and be with her because of how she look, or because she look a way that I have no interest in. You know what I'm saying? Or she wears things that I wouldn't dare like put on or whatever. Who am I to judge how her shit gonna be, or what type of man gonna come her way, and she ain't gonna get no husband, or you know what I'm saying, and not run into a billionaire man. Like that's what's so fucked up today with some of these that podcasts and these Kevin Samuels, all that bullshit. And then the women, some of the women is doing it now because she say she followed what is it, Sharia 7, and you can tell she, because even in some of her videos she talking about how she studied her and went under her like umbrella or whatever. And what works for another woman might not work for you. That might not be for you. Yeah, with what Sharia, from what we know, what she say, yeah, okay, you know, it's all good. But we really don't know that behind closed doors. You really don't know what's going on inside somebody's home. You feel me? So that's why. But with her, same with her. She talking all this shit. She telling these women all this shit and what they need to do and what you need to wear and how you need to be and all this type of stuff, and how her man this and her man that and blah blah blah. And you been knew you was fucking living with a fucking monster. You been knew that. You didn't just find that shit out today. You been knew that. And you sacrifice them kids' safety for that lifestyle. Because no woman with children should be moving in with a man that you met online and marry him, move in and marry him within a week with babies. She didn't even know him. She didn't care about the kids. She didn't. Because there's no way with me and my 2 kids I would move them. They teenagers now. They older. To this day, I'm not meeting a man and moving in with him within a week with my kids. You know what I'm saying? They old enough to shut some shit down. I'm still not gonna put them in that situation. You see what I'm saying? She didn't even get to know this motherfucker. You know, that's why my grandma always told me, she told me this young, straight out the gate with it, when I had them kids. You don't play at home, you play outside. And that's why, not probably, but that's why ain't nobody besides they dad. I've never stayed with another man. I've never, we never moved in with one or so in love with one and he moved in. Fuck that. No. I played outside. And my kids, I wouldn't even dare. I was dating somebody who was talking about moving in, and you know, you wouldn't have to You wouldn't have to pay no bills or whatever like that. And then you wouldn't have to be at that shop from morning to night like that. Like, you should only be working like a couple days a week and then getting off at a normal time, like 5 o'clock or something. You know, that type of shit or whatever. You think I went for that shit? Nope. Nope. That shit gave me anxiety. Like, that, I was through with that whole, that shit just didn't even work out. Because first of all, I hadn't even been, you know, I was dating you, but I wasn't even with you for a year. I wasn't even dating you for a year, shall I say. But then you're just ready to jump all in with me. Fuck that. You know? Fuck that. I got kids. There ain't no way I was putting no man in my house with my daughters. Wasn't doing it. And then she just, you know, I'm trying not to say the wrong thing, you know what I'm saying? But the shit that I want to say is really like my true feelings. Like, I do feel so sorry for them kids, and I hate that they had to endure those things, what they had to do, what they had to witness and go through and all that type of stuff. But as far as some of the comments, like, you know, you did good, you found out and you got out of there, and y'all, she didn't just find out. She been knew that. Because he harmed you. He harmed you first before the kids. You was his first victim. You was his first victim. And you stayed to have that lifestyle. And then his next victim was your kids. If once he did that to you, if her ass would have left the first time, because she said it happened a couple times. If you would have left the first time, it never even would have happened to the children. Why ain't nobody said that in the comments? Why ain't they? Probably have now. I gotta go. I don't even want to just, it's just so much, it aggravates me so much, but I gotta go read and see what people saying today. Why didn't you leave when it first happened to you? You were the first victim of his within your little family. He got hold of you first, and your ass swept that shit under the rug, and then went and made a YouTube channel praising this fucking man and downing other women because they ain't got the type of man that you have, and you was with a fucking monster the whole time while you psyching these fucking women mind out with that bullshit. That shit is so crazy to me. And that's why, be who you want to be. Do what you want to do. Show your creative side. Express yourself and be yourself. If you want to wear a red dress, put on a red dress. But don't put the fucking red dress on just because somebody you standing next to got the red dress on. Do what you want to do. Don't ever be, and I've said this in a lot of my previous videos, don't be nobody else. Be your true, authentic self. You'll win in the end being that way. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna win portraying somebody else's life. This lady didn't try to portray that Sharia 7 lady, and they got put in a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, what worked for that lady, that shit didn't work for you. But you wanted to portray like it did. She wanted to act like this lady. At the end of the day, she really did. She basically she was obsessed with that Sharia 7 lady. She didn't went and try to mimic that whole woman's style, format, channel, and everything. And she created her own But she was lying to the people. She knew that this husband that she was praising, she knew that he was a fucking horror story from the beginning. And I'm so glad she said that, because I saw the monster video first before all the other videos. So at first my mouth is like to the ground once I watched that. In the midst of watching the video and even after, I'm like, whoa, like, I'm like, son of a, you know, like about the man and just the whole, it's just like, I'm like, my heart is just like heavy, like, damn, that's the story, you know what I'm saying? But then what stuck with me too is the part about how it had happened to her in the beginning. That's what was messing with me, like, why she didn't leave then. And then when I went to that damn channel and I binge watched them damn videos, why were you misleading women, and probably even young women who ain't even really stepped off the porch yet, who watching your videos and thinking you just know it all? Why were you misleading these women, and you know your shit wasn't like you was portraying it to be? You was dealing with a whole freaking sex offender. She had a whole sex offender ass husband, and she was praising that man. I cannot wait to watch these videos of people in their reaction with this shit. I swear to God, this the first thing since the internet where I'm like, I want to just, you know, because I always, like, to me, I always felt like that was like sucker shit to be on somebody video and even saying things that, like, keep that to yourself. But this one with the kids, like, you could, and I guess I'm so passionate about it because I have daughters, I have kids, and my main thing since I had them has always been to protect them and keep them safe. You know, I've never experienced that, and my grandmother, she protected me. I couldn't spend a night at nobody's house. She ain't have men around. She never put me in harm's way. And I turned around and raised my kids the same way. Like, that was the number one thing, is to protect them. And she always told me that. She say, lady, watch them girls. Lady, your job and you know, are them girls is your number one priority. Like, that's what she told me, and I kept that with me along the way, you know what I'm saying? Even when I wasn't even when me and their dad like fully broke up, or, you know, in between, or whatever I've done, my kids, our home was theirs. And I always told him that this home, wherever we lay our head at, this y'all's. Any outside stuff or whatever I was on, that's what I was on. That was my playtime. You see what I'm saying? But I kept that shit separate. You see? Never did I give somebody the opportunity to play with their head, psych me out. And that don't even sound right. That with me. Because a motherfucker will never be, no. That would never happen. The fuck? I even remember, and he could possibly be watching this video because he do follow my YouTube channel, but I'm just keeping it 100. I was dating this guy, and his daughter, he had his daughter, and then he had asked to pick up my kids. I was at work or going to work or whatever, and he asked to take to my kids. He's gonna take them all out to, it was the summertime too, so he's gonna take them all out to somewhere. No. Fuck no. He like, it's the summertime and they in the house because you at work or whatever, and I can take them with me and my daughter to... No. And I'm at the phone like... The fuck? Like, never. Ain't no fucking way I would have packed Maya and Mariah up, put them in a care of a nigga I'm dating to go spend the day with him and his daughter. The fuck out of here. And that's the same one that was talking about moving in, and we could you shouldn't be working that much, and then we do this, and and a single mother, you know what I'm saying? Just like every other single mother, making it work. That shit, my kids don't come with no price. Like, my kids, when it come down to my children, ain't no money, ain't no dollar amount, ain't no lifestyle. You can't bribe me with money or a lifestyle. You can't. It's not gonna happen. Guess who I would rather deal with? Lil Dusty. You see what I'm saying? That motherfucking millionaire white collared motherfucker, them be the ones. And I'm here I go. Here I go labeling and all that type of stuff. But I'm just saying, people wanna just play your part. You see what I'm saying? Stop praising these damn women and these channels and these men with these... That's just like me and you. And put all that energy into the word. Pick the damn Bible up. Start studying the word. Start praying to God. Start seeking him. Ask him to speak to you or give you discernment or give you clarity of what's going on or whatever. If you ain't got no man, just be patient and keep holding on and work on you. She was so busy wanting a motherfucking rich man. She didn't have a place. She just broke up with the other nigga. So she wasn't even in alignment. You see what I'm saying? It's not like she was working on herself. You know, she had a home for her and her children. She said she had a home previous before the other man, and she moved out of that place to move in with that other man, and that didn't work out because he didn't really care for her kids. You never should have left your secure place for you and your children to go move in with a man, and then that didn't work out, and then you hopped out of that and moved in with another high value man. Y'all go. I know I'm all over the place with everything like that. And how long I've been talking? I really want to pick up and see what I didn't even know it's reaction videos yet or whatever. I really just wanted to turn the camera on, and because it bothered me so much, I'm like, oh my God, I gotta talk about this. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm in my feelings about it, and I'm trying to control my emotions and my words and stuff like that. Because I really want to just like... So I want to see what these other people are saying, because I want to see if some people is just like, oh, poor ISIS, you know, like poor. And I'm like, wait a minute, y'all. Did y'all go binge watch the previous videos? Yeah, poor ISIS. If you just get tricked and watch that first video and you don't pay attention to that one key thing she said, and then go watch all the other videos, poor ISIS. But if you watch them videos, poor Isis my ass. Poor kids. Sorry for the kids that they mother let put them in a situation for something like this to occur. Yep. And I said it. And the reason why I said that, if somebody feel I'm wrong for saying that, the reason why I said it is because, like I just said, she was his first victim between her and her kids. He assaulted her first multiple times, and she stayed with him to wear the diamonds, live the lifestyle, go to the go in the rooms that he was walking into and doing business, and not have to lift a finger, not have to work. She's a kept woman. The stuff that how, you know, some of us as women have to work hard or whatever, she basically praised the fact that she didn't have to do those things because of the type of man she got. She was with a villain the whole fucking time, and she knew he was a villain. She knew he was a villain. She knew that. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna watch some of these videos, y'all, and then maybe I could give my, I thought I had my composure together before I just started pick up the camera. I thought I was gonna be out, but I'm not. My emotions is still trying to, it's like some of them just want to explode, but I'm trying to keep it contained. So let me see what other people are seeing, and then I might come back, and then I might leave this where it's at. Look at her. This video talking about how to stay spoiled after getting, hold on, before I go, let me read y'all some of the titles. Yeah, because my battery about to die. Trophy Wife Secrets, The Art of Staying Spoiled. The New Trophy Wife. Level Up. How to Stay Spoiled After Getting the Ring. Bamboozled by a Dusty. Trophy Wife Outfits. Stop Looking Cheap. Assets Require His Investment. So you want to be a trophy wife. She talk about that. Let me see. This ain't the channel, so it's just fucking all over. Damn. Men Marry Good Girls. Why Your Looks Are Not Enough. That's the part that bothered me with her shaming certain women and bigging her situation up, but behind closed doors, like, your shit was fucking shitty. Give him something to haunt. And this was a year ago. You hunted him. You bought the fucking ring first. You misleading. She misleading people. Whoever followed her shit, and you probably didn't pass up a good ass fucking man that probably worked at the goddamn power company because of what the hell she done told you. She was living in hell, and now God, I'll be back. Okay, y'all, really quick, I'm watching this this other YouTuber. Her name is Chrissy on here, but she kind of giving her little playback on the whole story. But she pointed out something that I said. Listen, I don't know, because I don't want it to copy. She was basically saying,
her behind closed doors. That is serious. And I'm not saying that she was obligated to tell her audience everything that was going on in her personal life or in her marriage. But if she was still giving advice while all of that was happening in the background, that's kind of like false advertisement. And it's
so that's what I'm saying. You knew what had happened to you, but you still telling you still feeding women all this bullshit. Okay, y'all. So I'm not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This lady is saying basically the same thing I said. Damn, I hope this don't get copyrighted.
Could you have vetted? But this woman said right in the video that she ignored a lot of the red flags in the beginning, and she proceeded to have 3 kids for this man after he R-worded her 4 times. Now, could she have predicted that he was a PEDO? No. And I apologize, but you guys know I have to censor myself. Could she have predicted that? No. But she knew he was abusive before having those kids. So that means that he was possible to vet and leave before having his children. He showed her that he was not worthy of children. And imagine if she would have left after the first R-word incident instead of now. She would have never had the chance to find out that he was a PEDO. That is how you successfully vet a man, ladies. You leave after the red flags. You don't stay. And you definitely don't have children after you see all the red flags. And like...
That's all I was trying to say. That's all I was trying to say. And I'm like, is anybody else hearing what I'm hearing? You were the first, you was his first victim within you and your kids. Because I'm pretty sure this wasn't his first rodeo. But between you and your kids, he assaulted you first. And I had it wrong. She said 4 times within the first few months of marrying him. So 4 times he R-worded you. And you stayed. And I thought she only had 2 kids by him. No, she went and had 3 kids by him after he did those things to her. He let you know who he was in the beginning, and she stayed for the lifestyle. She stayed for the lifestyle. Now, this girl I'm watching, she might be like, you know, I'm me. You know, I'm a, you know, she was wrong. Ain't no sugarcoating that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the whole situation is so messed up. Yes, her story is messed up, you know. But she allowed this shit to happen, y'all. If a man assaults me today, do you think he gonna be in my house up around my daughters? You think I'm gonna allow that? Why would I do that? That means that goes back to that saying where money is the root to all evil. And that's why it's like money isn't evil. It's the way people praise the money that makes it, some people, where it can turn into evilness. She chose the lifestyle, which is the money. She knew who he was already. She didn't know who he was the day she moved in. But within those first few months that she say that stuff happened to her, she found out who he was. She could have protected her babies and got the hell up out of there. She could have got up out of there. You see what I'm saying? She also, you know, nothing against dating sites, you know, to each his own. But being a single mom, raising young children, you don't meet somebody off of a dating site and you move in with him a week later. And not just him, she did it with the other man too. She saw that the other man was not, he didn't essay them, but she saw that he really didn't care for her kids, but she never went in detail neither. So that's a whole nother story we don't even know. Well, what make you say that? Like, what was he doing? Like, what happened with that there? Like, you never should have been staying with these fucking men. And then you jumped out of one situation that you and your kids was in, and that man wasn't treating your kids right, and you jumped right into a freaking another one. She jumped right into another one. And look what happened. It's always warning before destruction in life, period. With anybody. Me, you, anybody. Men, like I've told certain men that. Like I tell my kids that. I tell my little one that. Like with stuff in school. It's always warning before destruction. It don't never just be bam, destruction happen and a whole tornado. It's always a warning. That's same with the damn weather. They can predict and let us know the hurricane and the tornado is coming. It's the same thing. God warned you. He gave you the signs. He showed you who and what you was dealing with before the tornado happened. But no, Miss highly valued, don't have to work, don't have to lift a finger. You did not ignore the signs. You chose not to I guess you could say she ignored them. But really, what I really want to say, she didn't give a damn. She didn't give a damn. She chose the lifestyle over safety, potentially him doing that to her, doing it to your children. You had 3 more kids by him after all that. And a lot of people are telling her too, like, okay, you need to get the boys examined, because she says she only got the girls examined. A lot of people are telling her you need to get the boys examined, because 9 times out of 10, if he did that to the girls, it's a big possible chance that he's done something to the boys too. And a lot of people in the comments are saying that, like, oh, this ignorant motherfucker. Yeah, that shit is just wild to me. So, yeah. And you know what's so crazy? I ain't really into, I had said, I think it was like maybe a couple years ago. See, this phone, this shit will put you in a trick bag. That internet will put you in a trick bag. Letting these regular people that bleed like we bleed, walk how we walk, do what we do, letting them dictate your life and telling you what's right and what's wrong, that's what'll get you fucked off. People today are praising people instead of the man above, the king, the ruler of it all, God. You know what I'm saying? They going to the damn YouTube channel or the Instagram, how to get a man, how to have this type of lifestyle, how to attract this, how to attract that. Like, they going all around he right there next to you. Who you need to ask and who you need to go to is right there next to you. He in your heart. He up above. He everywhere. He with all of us at one time. That's who you should be going to. That's who you should be seeking advice from and help from. And that's who you should be crying out to. And you should be reading his word. He got the answer to everything. And when he is involved, you're not confused. It's yay or it's nay. And that applies to me too. It's yay or it's nay. No matter how bad that I want something. I was just telling my girlfriend that no matter how bad I want something, if that door is not opening for me, that shit ain't meant for me. Period. It's not. You don't have to just keep listening to these people and having them try to help you get a man. What the fuck? You gotta be a fucking weirdo. And why you want a man that goddamn bad? You can't be by yourself. You can't be with the babies. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, grow as a person. He gon' come. I don't have a man. You know what I'm saying? This is coming from somebody single too. I ain't got no damn man. You know what I'm saying? Do I aspire to be a wife one day? Yes. Do I know that it's gonna happen? Yes. But do I know when? No. But what I do know, it's all in God's timing. And I know who my husband gonna be. I know what type of man he gonna be because I'm deep in the word. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't just going trying to marry Tom, Dick, and Harry because he's a fucking multi-million-dollar man and he gonna change my life. No, I'm gonna change my own motherfucking life. I work every day. Every day I work on something with myself to better myself, to change my own goddamn life. I'm not sitting on here waiting on no man to come rescue me. I'm not. And rescue me from, what is he gonna rescue me from? Life is not, look, I'm getting tired. Life is not peaches and cream. Life, this is all, it's the journey. Is what you're going through. You're going through the journey. Embrace the journey. Fall in love with the journey. That's what builds the character. That's what gives you the wisdom. That's why all the old people are considered wise and they have wisdom or whatever, because they've walked, like they've been around for a long time and they have the experience. You know what I'm saying? They have they got the resume. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why they have the wisdom, because they've been there, they done that. You see what I'm saying? And then you reach back and you reach one and you teach one. You see what I'm saying? Like, but anyways, I'm through with that. I'm gonna watch a few more of these and then I'm done with this whole thing. I'm not gonna binge watch this. Well, and then she talking about in the same monster video, she talking about she don't know which way her channel is gonna go. Boo, you worried about the wrong shit. You worried about the wrong goddamn shit. You worried about the channel in the midst of this. Bye, y'all. Hello?
Mom, I'm so...
Okay, y'all, really quick, following up on the clip that I just left off on. When she was talking about, when I was saying, she was saying she don't know where her channel gonna go from here or whatever like that. And I was like, she worried about the wrong thing or whatever. She was saying that because she built that whole channel off of that man. You see what I'm saying? Praising that man and you know, they lifestyle and the way they lived and everything like that. That's the real source of her channel. And basically telling women, tricking women on if they want to live the lifestyle that she lives and want the type of man that she has, they need to like basically follow the things that she's telling them to do and her suggestions and stuff like that and what she did and how she got it or whatever like that. So that's what her channel is based off of. Her channel is based off of that man's lifestyle and then the lifestyle he gave her. And just remember, she was assaulted by that man before, I think, yeah, before the YouTube even started. Before she started the YouTube channel with this whole trophy wife, she had already been assaulted by that man. That's what pisses me off. You see what I'm saying? That's why I kind of got a different outlook than other people and people that have these big platforms. I think they trying to keep it cute and sugarcoat it, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to be like that and say like that, but like I'm a real, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I got like a real opinion. Like, no, especially with kids involved. No, she already knew who he was and still built the channel based off of him. That's a fucked up person, individual. That's to even, and think, y'all, I know y'all, some of y'all done went and clicked over there, but if just her aura and the way she talk and everything, it's just, it kind of makes your stomach turn. The way she talking, popping it like that. And you dealing with a whole villain. I want to say something else. I'm trying to, And I'm only keeping it I'm trying to keep it where I just don't get like, I don't want them or flagged or whatever, because other than that I would like really go there with what's on the dome, because it's the truth. You see what I'm saying? But I'm just trying to keep it that way or whatever. But people is like they got cult minds. You see what I'm saying? People got cult minds and they only hear what they want to hear. You see what I'm saying? Everything that you need to know is right there. And it was said. The main thing you needed to know, she put it in the first video of I Married the Monster. It was right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why you have to do your own research with shit. Now, like I say, she had me at first, but she had me at first, but she also, it was an eyebrow light up with her saying that part about her. She slid that in there. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, wait, what? I get the story, like, damn, like what? But what? And then you go back and see all the other bullshit. But yeah, I had to come on here and just kind of say that, because I felt like I didn't stress that enough on how she praised this man over the 5 years, on how good he was and how he was such this and he was such a provider and how, blah, blah, blah. And then she even quoted some things that he said to her about other women. And as far as men you know, like other men, other high value men, like his colleagues or whatever, what they're looking for and all that type of stuff. She talked about, you know, his views on in other videos on how he felt and what his opinion was. It's like, you telling us what he's saying and he at home doing that to you behind closed doors? You don't care. She don't care about now. And you got people that subscribers and they really be like really dead on, head on. Like it turns into kind of coldish, you know, the way how they be for these people. And there ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, you do want to have a diehard fans, but not too goddamn much on it. You know what I'm saying? These people were believing everything she said and going by everything she said. The same mindset that she had, how she fell up under Sharia 7 and was so invested in Sharia 7 to where she didn't went and redeveloped, like recreated that whole girl image and lifestyle and what she talked about. She just turned into like a mini-me. But hers was false advertisement the whole time because she knew what was going on behind closed doors. Yeah. Okay, y'all. That was my daughter calling. But I'm going to close out this video because it's already long. I might do another part 2. But if y'all know this story or if y'all haven't heard this story, go to it's Isis, ISIS. Go to her page, watch the video, and then watch the video on how she got married within a week. Watch, if you don't watch nothing else, watch those 2 videos, and then also watch the Barbie versus Bratz video. Please come back and do some feedback. Like, let's talk about it. Like, for real, let's talk about it. Like, you know, even if you got a different view as mine, that's what I'm saying. After hearing my reaction and my thoughts, make sure you watch all those videos before you come back and say something. If you disagree with me, yeah. Thank you. And then this ain't even part of my rollout. Like, I got a whole suitcase of videos that I'm supposed to be rolling out. Like, y'all ain't even supposed to see this hair color yet. Like, but I had to, because it was fucking with me, and I don't go on live on the internet or nothing like that. So I said, let me pull out my camera and talk to, you know, the people that do follow me. Like, I had to. So we're gonna go back to regular programming. Yeah, we gonna go back to regular programming. And then, I don't know, I might come back on this, you know, because I still it's just now getting out to the people and stuff like that. So I might come back again, but hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I pretty much said what I had to say. Neck is short. I pretty much said like what I had to say, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Bye, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.